Look at the camera. Hi Flosstube, I'm Teresa and welcome to Creative Whims. Look at that, I'm boring her already. Hi Flosstube, I'm Teresa and this is Athena. Welcome to Creative Whims Studio. Thanks for being here. I just had to introduce Athena to you because she's my sidekick. She's with me everywhere I go. And I've never had a dog so attached to me. Usually they gravitate towards my husband because he's the one that takes them on walks and out into the woods and stuff. And I go occasionally, but it's mostly my husband. But she's kind of a rescue. It was our best friends. It was their son. And he was moving and he couldn't take her with him. And she was a little over a year old when we got her. And she just gravitated towards me. I mean, she loves my husband. It took her a long time to warm up to my husband. She's not crazy about men. And she is attached to our son pretty much. She loves him too, but like he'll come down, Ryan will come down to the studio and try to get her to come outside and play ball and stuff. And then he'll try to get her to follow him up to the house. And she might get halfway up and then she turns around and looks at the studio and she's right back down here. She'll see him pull in from work and she'll start whining and I'll let her out and she'll run up to the house and greet him and then beelines it right back down. Next thing I look out and she's on the patio on my studio. So I've just never had a dog glued to me and is very in tune with my mood, which is so weird to me. There's a certain curse word that I say occasionally, and I don't know if her previous owner said this word a lot or I don't know, but it's just that word freaks her out. And she will come and sit by me and just with her ears back and her eyes real big, you know, like on that movie Shrek, how that cat does. He puts his hat in his hand and he's looking up with those big sad eyes. That's what she looks at me like, and it's like, oh my gosh. And then she I get out of the funk, like if I'm upset about something, and then she makes me feel better because she looks at me with those big eyes like, Mama, don't be mad. And anyway, okay, I digress. I wanted to make sure to give a shout out to the ladies that helped me get started in cross stitch. I could not pull up their names in my brain last week. It was my first Flosstube and I wasn't quite as prepared as I thought I was. So I would just bring things up and then go, I don't know what I'm talking about here. I'm back this week to give Beth Seal, is it Seals or Seal? Beth Seals, I think, with Summer House Stitch Works. She was the one that told me about Max Stitch, the program, and encouraged me to go for it. So thank you, Beth. And then Erin at Myrtle Grace, she was the person that told me about finding model stitchers, people to stitch the models for me since I don't do cross stitch. So thank you so much to the both of you. Without you, I'd be just still doing punch needle, which I still love, but I have a whole, I mean, it just opened the doors to my business when I started doing cross stitch. It blows me away. I had no idea, honestly, I had no idea how many people did cross stitch still. And I just want to say this too. I love when the models come back from the stitcher. I seriously feel like it's Christmas because it is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't want to learn to cross stitch if I had more time. I don't even know if I could, to be honest with you, because my eyes aren't so great anymore. But I just don't have time. And it doesn't mean I don't like cross stitch. It's gorgeous. I love it when it comes back. It's just, yeah, I get so excited. But anyway, I digress again. What's next? Okay, question. Okay, I gotta thank you for all the positive comments, all of the encouragement, all of the support. Everyone has been so gracious and so welcoming, and I'm blessed. And I appreciate all of you. I read all your comments and I replied to all of the comments. Someday it may come to a point where there's too many comments and I can't reply back, but right now I'm happy to do so. I love reading them. Thank you for subscribing. And if you did subscribe but you didn't hit that little bell next to the subscribe button, you want to do that because you'll get an email letting you know that I have a new video up. I hope everyone had a great week. We had a really busy weekend. There's rarely a weekend that we stay home on Friday and Saturday. It's crazy. And we were so excited because we were going to be home this Friday and Saturday. Guess what? Tonight we're going to see our oldest son play in his band, and then Saturday night we're going to the Knights of Columbus because my husband is a knight and they're having their Christmas party. So we're not staying home this weekend either. But anyway, yeah, our son Kyle, he is in 2 different bands. He plays in one called Static, and then he also is in a band that he's been with these guys through high school. He's 25 now, and they've wrote their own music. They wrote their own lyrics. And it's called Rushmore Pass, and I've never heard them play before. They are just starting to play out now. I think this will be their 3rd time playing in front of an audience or whatever. So they're doing, it's a fundraiser, Whaley's Children's Fund in Flint, Michigan, and they are one of the bands, one of several bands. It's Friday night and Saturday night, and all these bands are playing for free. So anyway, he plays at 6 o'clock tonight. Thank God, at least it's early, so maybe we'll get home early. But last weekend, what did we do last weekend? Friday night, my husband brews beer with his best friend. And I'm best friends with the wife. So when he brews, I try to go over there. So we all hung out last Friday. Saturday was my husband's Christmas party for his work, so we went to that. And it's our 3rd year going with this company. He's 3 years in with this company, and they have it at a hunt club, and this place is like so gorgeous. It's huge. It's a lodge. It's decked out like you would not believe. The food is fantastic, and the people that he works with, they're just great people. We have such a good time. And then Sunday I decorated my big tree. My little tree upstairs was already done. And my little tree, the reason it's upstairs is because now with all the baby stuff, and then I needed a rocker because we have a new grandbaby. She's 7 months old now, but we needed a rocker because I watch her every Thursday, and you know, I needed to have a rocker. So with adding the rocker in the living room and all the baby stuff, well, I guess there's only one thing that I keep in the living room. I'm like, we don't have room for the big tree. That goes downstairs. Anyway, so that's my life right up to this point. Next is the giveaway. The winner of the giveaway for Cross Stitch 190 Season's Greetings is Michelle McKay or McCoy? Michelle McCoy. So this is, see, I moved my light so it wouldn't be so bright. I think it's a little bit better than last week. So congratulations, Michelle. What I need you to do is to please email me in the description below. My email address is there. If you could please email me your address, I will get this in the mail right away. On to our next giveaway. This one is Cross Stitch 082 Santa's Helper. This is full coverage. Don't freak out. You don't have to do, obviously you don't have to do the full coverage. But I thought this was fitting, being Christmas is right around the corner, which kind of freaks me out because I've only bought one present, so I need to get busy on that. And what I want you to do in order to get in the drawing for that pattern, that chart, is this. I have 3 paintings here. Now, I just want to start by saying I will never run out of things to create charts and punch needle from, because I've been painting since, what, 1992. Well, I've been painting before that, but this kind of country art. I have in my library like 4,300 paintings, and I have stacks of sketchbooks with sketches in them that I've never even had the time to paint. So there is never going to be a worry. Like if I ever have brain, no, what do you call that? I would say brain lock. Creative block. If I ever have a creative block on what to do for cross stitch or punch needle, all I have to do is look at my art. I mean, I've got a ton of it. So what I want you to do is to tell me, out of these 3 paintings, which one do you want me to make into cross stitch? Now, it's very possible over time all 3 of them will become cross stitch, but I just want your opinion on which one you would like to see in cross stitch next. Let me get my glasses on. This one is called Spirit of Christmas, and hopefully you can see that. It's got a cute little Santa and the little reindeer, but I like the border on this with all the different Christmas icons and different things. So that one is Spirit of Christmas. The second one is called Bell Snickles. That middle guy here, I actually made him into a punch needle. I don't believe I did him in cross stitch. That's pretty pathetic. I can't think right now if I did or not, but I don't think I did. I like it better though with all 3 of them. I like that we have the red, the yellow, and the green. And I love that it says Merry Christmas. I love that font. I love that border. Not that I would put the border on it. I would probably just do the Merry Christmas and the 3 Santas standing on top of like the green box or something. So I really like that one. So that's called Bell Snickles. And then the last one is called Flying Lessons. Oh, and I wanted to show you. I'll have to go grab it. This one is, see his little sign, his little flag, it says Flying Lessons. This is a little bit more primitive, but I love it. Basically, I don't know if the reindeers died or they ran away or what, but Santa now is teaching his sheep how to fly and to pull his sleigh. And I did another painting that had a snowman and it had Santa flying overhead with sheep pulling the sleigh. And that was actually made into figurines by Blossom Bucket. I have them right here. I'll show you real quick. Might be a little dust on them, but. So, yeah, so this was quite, I don't even know how many years ago Blossom Bucket made that, but I love that. And that was, so it's kind of along the same lines with that painting I just showed you, Flying Lessons. Now it's up to you. You just have to go and make a comment on which of the 3 you would like me to make in cross stitch next. And whatever it is, I'll probably do it in punch needle as well. I don't know if, I don't think I'll be doing this in punch needle because of all that detail work. I don't know. It would I don't think I could do that in punch needle. But the other 2, I definitely could. So that's that. What is next? So that's giveaway. Okay, past finishes. I don't have any present finishes, but I do have some past finishes of punch needle that I want to show you. I showed you the books last week. I do have a couple books here too. This one is 167 Prim Cats, and it's on an old book. This is a really grungy book, and I thought it was just perfect for this particular punch needle. And then this is probably, well, it's definitely one of my best sellers, 165 For You, and he's on a book too. And because it's this way, it won't slip through the louver doors for my display. So see, I have to put the sticky on the back, and I really don't like doing that to my books, but you do what you got to do to make things work, right? This is 174 Two Lamb's Tails. This is a plaque that I purchased at Joann and just painted it black, and then I replicated the flowers that were in the pattern on the sides. This was in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitchers magazine. I can't remember what month, but it was. Then here we have, oh, I love this one. I really like how primitive this one is. This is Jack Back PN 114, and it's on an old metal box, and it is so stinking cute. Look at this. Isn't it adorable? I did not paint that box. I cannot believe I found an orange box, but that little guy looks so cute on there. Things are just falling all over the place. This is Sweet Annie PN 197. This one actually, let me show you. Okay, my patterns now, this is what they look like. They're a light color. If you ever receive one with this darker color, then the pattern or the drawing is already printed on the fabric like this. All my, oh, it's so bright you can't even see it. Anyway, trust me, it's printed on there. When we first started doing punch needle, well, when we first started doing it, this cabinet over here, I don't know if you can see it right here, that has a bunch of stamps in it. That's how, when I first started doing punch needle, we would stamp. My mother, oh my gosh, God bless her, she would stamp those on there. Not just her, but she did a lot of them. And it's hard when you have a big order, because you have to put a lot of pressure on, and the ink is all over your hands. It was such a mess. And then we decided to find someone to what do you call that? Screen print. We found a screen printer in, close by to work with. And I supplied the files, I supplied the fabric all cut into the squares, and it was black ink. And it was probably the easiest job they had to do. But evidently they didn't make enough money at it or whatever, I don't know. After working with them for probably a year, they raised their price like by 300%. And I had hard time getting my orders on time. It was difficult because I would, when you create and build the patterns yourself, if you run out of something, you just make it. Like when we had the stamps, I would just come down and make what I had to make. And I think we were low man on the totem pole as far as then getting things done. And it would be 2 weeks before I could get my stuff back. And I can't work like that. I can't work like that. I need to be able to get my orders out. So this one is 187 Bloomin' Hens. Now this is on, as you can see it, but it was like a burlap over a stretcher bar. I got this at Walmart, and then I painted it black. But when I painted it, I kind of dry brushed it so that some of that burlap shows through. But it was perfect because it matched the hens. I thought it looked really good. And I only got a couple more and then we'll move on. I have a lot of punch needle, obviously. That's like my passion. I love doing punch needle. Green-Eyed Kitty PN 151. This is on an old piece of wood that I bought antiquing, and I don't even know what this piece of wood was used for, but it's all grungy and crackle paint. And then the little Happy Halloween is just something I bought at, I think, Joann. It's scrapbook, something for scrapbooking. And I think I glued, yeah, I just used fabric glue. I use fabric glue for gluing all my punch needle onto whatever I decide to put it on. And here we have American Primitives. And this paddle, This actually, if you can see on the back, these little holes. Okay, so there was a wire that went through and from here to here. And I think it was for hanging, I don't know, a towel on in your kitchen. I'm not sure what that purpose was for. I bought this at a gift shop, you know, little country store. But I took that off, put him on there, and then I painted a little border on the sides just to kind of fill it out. So those are previous finishes. What else? I want this to flow better. It's like, okay, what's next? I mean, got stuff everywhere. So the next thing is haul. I don't have a lot of haul. I really wanted to go antiquing this week, but my weeks are nuts. Like I think I said earlier, I watch our granddaughter on Thursdays. So Thursday is devoted to that beautiful, beautiful gift in our life. And so therefore I work Saturday during the day. Anyway, it's busy. During the week, it's just so busy. So I did not get a chance to go out and do any antiquing because I really got to find more books because Nashville is right around the corner. But here's one of my hauls. This just arrived in the mail today. I ordered pictures of our granddaughter, her little Christmas picture. Okay, it's not focusing. But if you follow me on Instagram, you see her because I hashtag Thursdays with Ellery, and I take 1 to 3 pictures and post them on Facebook and Instagram because she's the light of our life, and I just have to share that. Then my other haul was sticky board. I don't know if I got the right kind. I don't know, but I cannot wait to use this instead of the other way that I was framing or whatever I was doing with my cross stitch. I'm just glad to have something different. So that's it for hauls. Whips. I don't have any. Okay, I have one whip, and it's buried under all the stuff. No, here it is. Oh, I never did Q&A. Let's back up. There were 2 ladies, Carmen and Kay Harding. Both of them mentioned that they liked my cross stitch angels and were asking if I would do more, if I have more in the works or whatever. So if you're not familiar with my cross stitch angels, I want to show you. I don't have patterns, or I don't have the charts put together because they're out of stock right now. So all I have is the covers. Now, we do everything in-house. We print, I scan the model in, I design the covers, I write the directions. We have a big format printer, so we print these like 8 up. Well, it's usually just one pattern, one cover, 8 up. Then we cut them and we print the directions, fold them by hand, stuff the patterns by hand. My husband is a godsend because he helps me big time with getting patterns stuffed. My mom did it for a long time. Long time. So God bless Mom. Thank you so much. But she is in Florida now for the winter. She's so lucky. So my husband now does it. And so he works full time, and then at night while we're both sitting on the couch, it's so funny because he's gonna kill me for saying this, but no, he won't. I don't sit and watch TV. If I do, I fall asleep, and not to mention I just think it's a big waste of time. So I'm either sketching, or I have my computer and I'm working on things, or I am doing my punch needle. And he used to say, "Gal, I wish I had something to do while I'm watching TV, you know, because I'm over there just working away and doing stuff." And so now he stuffs patterns while I'm doing punch needle or whatever I'm doing while the TV's on. And it's funny, he doesn't complain necessarily, but anyway, hey, you ask, baby, and you shall receive. I got stuff for you to do, trust me. Anyway, let me just show you a close up of that one. Is called Pray, and this one is Angelic Vision. And I would show you the models, but they are at a store right now in a trunk show. Yes, I am doing more. I have 2 in the works right now out being stitched. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen Rejoice partly done. Actually, on my YouTube border or whatever, header on my channel, if you go to, when you go to Teresa Kogut's Creative Whims, my channel, it shows the art and then it shows the punch needle or the cross stitch of Rejoice. So Rejoice will be new, and then I have a second one in the works too, and I'm hoping to release that in Nashville as well. And I plan on continuing. I have, oh, that's right, I have 2 more out. And they are, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how excited I am about those 2. But they're intense. They are full coverage. There's a lot of color changes. But people are loving it because it gives it that painterly quality. What was it? There was another question. Oh, yeah. Oh, this wasn't a question. It was a statement. Rosemary said she thinks she got the last cameo, the cameo punch needle on the planet because, as you know, they ceased production on the cameo punch needle. And people were freaking out and buying them. I didn't even know that was happening, and I was all of a sudden getting all these orders for a cameo punch needle, and I sold out, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? I thought that was strange, and then I found out that they ceased production. Then I found out a couple of days later that Julie from the Old Tattered Flag has bought the rights, or however that works out, and she is going to produce them now. But it will be a while because, I mean, she's got to, you know, I mean, when you buy a business, that's not something that happens overnight. Plus, then she's got to get back into the production and build inventory. So, but I wanted to let you know that because I don't want people freaking out thinking they can't ever get the cameo punch needle again. It may be 6 months, but so just take really good care of the one that you have. I have one. That's the one I learned on, which leads me into the next question. It wasn't really a question, it was a statement from Busy Bee 65. She wanted me to show the equipment that I use for doing punch needle. And like I said, I started out with the cameo punch needle. I happened to be at a show. It was a TNNA show, and I met the woman that designed the CTR punch needle, and she gave me a free one, and she wanted me to try it out. Well, I fell in love with it, so all I use now is the CTR punch needle, and I can show it to you right here. This is the green handle one. When they first started, that's not even coming in. The first one they had was a red one, but then they redesigned it and they have this green one now. It's a little bit longer and it's wider. I put this pencil, this rubbery pencil gripper, I guess you'd call it, on mine so it's even more soft and super comfortable to use. So that's the cameo that I use. So my work in progress and answering her question about what equipment I use, I'm gonna just show you what I'm working on, and it's going to reveal to you that I'm kind of cheap, I guess. But I wanted to get one of those punch needle. Okay, let me back up. I started out using the Morgan hoop. Most, I would say 90, probably 85% to 90% of my punch needle I punched using a Morgan hoop. But I cannot stand that it loosens up. Even the Morgan hoop that has that interlocking frame, it still would get loose on me, and it would make me crazy. And I wanted to buy one of those gripper frames, lap stand that has the grippers on them. I have a huge one that I make punch rugs on, and I don't know, I never got around to buying one, number one. Number two, when I haven't made a punch rug in years. My the gripper would come through, you know, the fabric, and I mean, I would end up with scratches, and it was painful. And anyway, I found an alternative to all of that. And what I'm doing is I'm using stretcher bars that are intended for canvas. Buy them on, oh man, I wrote the prices down. I left it at the house. On Amazon, this is called Masterpiece. It was for this is 11 by 14. Was $4.37 or something like that. I know it's kind of an odd number, but it was like $5.99 shipping. So for about $11, you can get one. Then I found another one, another company or whatever, listing, I should say. I found another listing where you can get 4 11 by 14s, and that equaled out to be like a few cents more. So if you want to have more than one project going on at one time, 11 by 14, or get the one that's got four of them in there. I personally like to just work on one and get it done, because if I have several going on, I think I'd lose my mind. I'm a scatterbrain enough with everything that I do with my business, between, you know, painting and creating products for my Creative Whims store, my licensing business, and keeping that up, the contracts and contacting people and getting art to them, and then creating online tutorials and paint. I mean, it's just too much. So when I am working on a punch needle, I just want to work on one and get it done. This is a new one. This will be coming out in Nashville, and it's one of a 2-part series. And the other one is a snowman. But look at, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of washed out with that light there, but the border, yeah, look at the border. Oh, this is going to be so beautiful when it's done with that border. So that's the back side. Here's the finished side, and he's got the cutest little face. So that is my whip for this week. I don't have any paintings in the works other than that big one I had sitting over here last week. I never even got to work on that. Before we move on to my art business, I did want to show you a couple of paintings that were part of the Kogut Studio Uncut membership program. And these were 2 that we created in Kogut Studio Uncut. These are going to be cross stitch. I love them. They're super primitive. The top one with the snowman is called Peaceful Snow. And the bottom one is Joyful, what was it going to be? Joyful Scene. Joyful Scene. And Peaceful Snow. So those are going to be, those will probably not be in March, because I just got them. That's one thing I did this week too, is design more charts. So I just got the charts done, so they're not even out to any model stitchers, which means that will probably be, and I'm going to have a release probably May, because then I have another one in July, and then I want to do a fall one. So look for that in the spring. That's all I have, I believe, for my needle arts business. I'm going to move on to my art business. I did create some new products on Creative Whims, my creativewhimsstore.com. I meant to print them off and show you, but you'll just have to go to the store and look. But I'm stoked because this company that I work with, they make the most amazing quality products. The pillows, I don't know, if you go, I'm trying to think if I even showed anything from that store last week. I don't think I did. But let me just tell you, this company makes the coolest, most high quality printing. The color is vivid, it's quality, the way it's stitched and made, it's just incredible. Well, they have tree skirts, stockings. I did design one stocking. It's kind of late, I know, but I was in the mood. The mood struck me and I just went ahead. It's a snowman stocking. I did a tree skirt a while back. And then I designed wall hanging. It's an indoor-outdoor wall hanging, and it's called Prim Chick. And it's a primitive chicken. I have the painting. Let me just go get the painting and show you. I'm back. This is Prim Chick. This was painted for a calendar that I did with Legacy Publishing years ago. I love this design. I created a wall tapestry, and it's going to be indoor outdoor. They have 3 different sizes. One is 4 foot by 6 foot. I'm thinking, where would somebody hang something that large? But I don't know. I guess if you have a barn, it would look cool on the side of a barn, or it could be in your garden. I don't know. I want to order it so bad just to see how cool it is, but I don't even know what I would do with it. So I'm getting the smaller one. The next one I'm designing, this is one of my all-time favorite paintings that I've ever done in my life. It's called Christmas Primitives. I want to make it into a cross stitch, and it will be one of those ones that are really like full coverage and very detailed, like the angels and Halloween March. Because look at all the detail in the toys. It's something that would, it lends itself to that kind of a chart. But this one I'm going to play with. I know it's so close to Christmas, but I have to make this into a wall tapestry because I have to have it. So, and it doesn't take me that long to design these things because I'm pretty well versed in Photoshop. I use it quite a bit in my business. I've learned it over the years. So just self-taught, just by trial and error and playing around with it. But I want this in a wall tapestry so that next Christmas, I guess I could wait until next Christmas, but I get something, just ask my husband. I get something in my head and I'm like a pit bull. I just gotta do it. All right, I need to move on because my camera shut off twice, which indicates I've been talking for an hour. That's ridiculous. I don't intend for these to be that long. I intend for them to be a half an hour. So I apologize, and I will edit some things out because I blabbed way too much, I think. I wanted to show you some things I added to my Etsy shop. These are handmade ornaments. And the reason I'm showing them is because you have to see these up close and in person in order to appreciate them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this light over like this so you can actually see the detail on these ornaments. These are handmade by 2 ladies. They're sisters, Diane and Paula. And they use not craft stitch. Oh my gosh. I can't even think. They use scrapbook. Good Lord. They use scrapbook paper and like puffy glue and glitter and all kinds of embellishments to make these absolutely beautiful, amazing ornaments with my artwork. These are going to be the last 3 on the planet because I just messaged her and their parents both have dementia, which just breaks my heart. I'm so sorry. And they are busy taking care of their parents. Why won't that focus? So they are not making ornaments anymore. They're basically retiring for now. I need to, I think, do this and then zoom in. My camera's very sensitive. I have another word for it, but we'll just say sensitive. So that's one side, and then so each one of these, I only have 3. I really should keep them. Now that I know I can't get them anymore, I probably should keep them. So I'm just telling you right now, if you want one, you better go get one right now at the Etsy shop. They're just, I don't know if you can see all the glitter on them, but they are spectacular. I have one on display in my studio that I'm obviously keeping. It's actually bigger than these. But anyway, and I just sold one last week. So, I don't know. I may be taking them off Etsy now that I realize, no, I'm not. I'm not. I don't need more than one. I don't need to keep everything. Then the other thing that I did this week, oh, I'm so happy. I love painting. And I painted this guy. Isn't he cute? He's so stinking cute. So I go to Atlanta in January, every January, and I meet with companies. It's the Gift Mart. And it's 3 buildings, 18 stories tall, just loaded with everything, gift item you can imagine on the planet. And people come from all over the world to this show to order things for their stores. Not just small mom and pop shops, but like big stores. They have linens, they have bedding, they have beds, they have furniture, but they have, it's a lot of gift things too. So I go there and I meet with my licensees and we plan product for the upcoming year. So I'm kind of in that painting mode so that I have a nice, you know, bunch of new art to show them. Okay, so I mentioned that Kogut Studio Uncut. Last week I showed this whip and I got her done. I think I got her done on Monday. I don't remember if it was Monday. I don't remember what day it was, but it doesn't really matter. I got her done. And I have close-up pictures and things on my blog of this painting. Her name is Fear Not, obviously. It's kind of right in your face there. But the 20 by 20 on a cradled board. And if you're curious what a cradled board is, it's wood. It's like a thin piece of wood, but it's cradled by the 4 sides. They're like 1.5 inches width. And I love painting on these. I love painting on the wood. I like painting on canvas too, but I don't know. I like this. So I got 2 paintings done this week, so I'm super happy about that. And that's all I have for you. That's it. That's all I have for you. So don't forget to comment below on those 3 paintings. And also, please, if you haven't subscribed, please do that. And click the little bell next to the subscribe button so that you get notifications when I have a new video. And I look forward to seeing everyone next week. Bye now.